Well, good morning, and welcome to today's coronavirus devotion. I want to talk to you this morning about a verse in Ephesians chapter 5. This is verses 15 and 16. Paul says, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil." And so what I want to just point out is that we're living in a fairly unique time. Most of us have a little bit more time on our hands at home, and so I want to point out just from this passage that Paul says there's really two ways that we can approach this time. One is as unwise and one is wise. Now he tells us what wise is. He says making the most of every opportunity. Unwise would be just kind of flitting around, sitting and waiting for things to go back to the way they were, things for you to get back to work or for whatever it is. A wise person, though, is going to make the most of every opportunity. And that verb, translated making the most of every opportunity, is sometimes translated as, redeeming the time. And the idea in the original is that it's getting the most bang for your buck. Okay, it is literally making the most. It's getting the most out of what you currently have. It's the idea of a bargain. Okay, and so I want you to think about the uniqueness of this time and how you can make the most of it. And so here are just a few ideas. I'm assuming most of you are probably spending more time at home and you're not commuting, and so you've probably got a little bit more time on your hands. There are lots of colleges and seminaries that have put out free classes online, and so maybe you want to grow in your understanding of the scriptures or theology. You can Google Western Seminary or Trinity Evangelical Divinity School or something like that, and you're going to find a lot of them have put some resources online for free where you can actually grow in your understanding in one way or another. Maybe it's a book you want to read, and that book could be spiritual growth. It could be a book related to your job or work so you understand your industry better. It could be just a fiction book that can help you relax and rest because maybe that's what you need out of this time. You've been a workaholic and now you get a chance to rest. And so maybe that's the way you can make the most out of your time. Any way that you do it, I just want to encourage you to think strategically of how can you be wise during this time? How can you make the most of it? If you're not traveling and you're staying at home a little bit more, consider how you can do that. One last thought before I let you go is one of the ways you could do that is by identifying a particular sin that you're going to have a lot of opportunity to face during this time. So just to be honest, many of us haven't spent this much time at home with our spouses and kids, and you might be feeling the strain of some of that closeness, a little bit of cabin fever. And so I would just encourage you to make the most of that. Ask God to refine you, grow you in patience and love and understanding during that time, because you're going to have plenty of opportunity to realize that you're a little bit more impatient than you thought. And so maybe this is a good time for you to identify a particular sin in your life to work on and ask God to help with that area. All right, well, whatever you do, just encourage you to make the most of the opportunity, get the most bang for your buck out of this time, all right? See you guys next time.